So part 2, several months later, if you're lucky and you've been successful with your hybridization and your pollinization and your seeds have developed in the ovum of your flower, this will be what you'll end up seeing. Swollen buds of each one. Now they generally changed colour. These ones have been left a little bit too long, but if they were left any longer they would just simply shrivel up and fall off and you wouldn't even know that they were there. So these ones have been checked and they're fine. So what you do is you remove your little pod and you squeeze it out and wash it, because the gelatinous outer coating of the seeds when you first grow them can produce lots of perfect growing conditions for mold and sinew and bacteria to grow on your seeds as they're growing, which you don't want. So you simply need to squeeze them from the top out the bottom. Even if you need to break off a little bit of the bottom of the seed capsule, break it off in order to squeeze out the seed. Then once you've got your seed, you just need to give it a wash. Let it sit for a few days to help remove that outer casing, to help you prevent having too much mold being produced on the new seedlings. Once that's occurred and it's been a couple of days and that mucogenic outside has been removed, then you're able to start to sow your seeds and make little new seedlings. Now you'll know your seeds are ripe by the colour, so preferably a brownish colour, a darker colour. I've grown them white and they've worked as well. Just lost a few, but that's fine. I've got plenty from this. They've just landed in my mix, easy to pick up and clean them up. So they're about to get washed into another container and then they're ready for soaking. So that process takes a couple of months, and then from there you can pop them into a container with a lid on, preferably. It's kept nice and moist. This is what I did a few days ago. And so this is where the little seedlings will emerge, stay nice and moist, and hopefully in a few months' time we'll have little babies, lots of different new hybrids, and the end result is something different to the mother plant, and it's unique enough, and then it can be registered. So that's where we're up to today. A bit more to do because I need to do this big red one as well while I've got pollen. Now this particular one, which is my own hybrid that I've got, I'm going to remove all the pollen from these flowers now they've been photographed, remove all the pollen from these ones, and I'm going to rehybridize this with another type as well, different to its parent, and so then that creates the third crossing back of a different variety back over onto this one, creating a more complex Billbergia hybrid, something a little bit different and a lot harder to replicate, obviously. So we'll give this one a go and we'll see what happens in a few months if we've got new seeds to put down, and see how we go. So that's how we go about replicating, producing bromeliads by seed. In this case, Billbergia is a very good plant to start with, nice and simple to do. Everyone should give it a go if you've got the time. From seed hybridizing to the time you get to this size, the plant's 4 years old. It's a 4-year process to this point. The first couple of years they just look like little bits of grass, but then they suddenly change very quickly and you end up seeing the colours, and then the next step is the flowering process, which is what we've done. And then from here this one plant gets its name, in this case this is riffraff, and then now I need to build up quantities of this particular plant. They're not released until they're stable, and they continue to produce the same plant repeatedly from pulp. So several more generations to go yet, folks, before these ones are ready, but that's what it takes to become a hybridizer, and for you to have a little bit of playing around with your plants just takes it to the next level when you're gardening.